On a recent visit to Old Colwyn in North Wales, I was surprised to find that the Airbnb accommodation I booked had in fact previously been a Methodist chapel, which was transformed into a 4-bedroom home. Even though it was a short stay, I had to find out more. Who would dare take on such a huge transformation? Who would have the energy? Who would have the perseverance? Well, I was delighted to be invited into what only can be described as a show and tell by an extraordinary gentleman all the way from down under. Now let me introduce you to Dan, who will show us around. Dan!
Hey! Good to have you to stay.
I tell you what, this is an amazing place you got here. You need to give me some background about it, my God.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's an old Methodist chapel.
Yeah.
It was built in 1866. Seated about 350 upstairs. We're downstairs. I bought it off the church about 20 years ago.
Right.
And it was a big old cold place, and since then I've turned it around really. It turned into a lovely home. This is your foyer in here. Follow me, I'll take you through to the kitchen. So this is all. This was just a place where you could make a cup of tea, but this is all being rebuilt. This is all from the pews from upstairs, all the pitch pine, Canadian pitch pine, which they used to bring back in logs as ballast from the slate ships.
Wow.
If you turn around, we'll show you this side here. This is the dining room. This is a big old ship oak. We think it's from the Armada.
Wow.
Put this in 20 years ago. With the Rayburn there, and just as you said, loads of character. Come through.
And how did you manage to carry that in? Huh?
Oh, on my shoulder.
Wow!
No,
Gosh.
it's alright.
Right.
But what it did is it looked rotten as a pear when I got it.
Yeah.
It came out of a barn down in mid Wales. But yeah, it just looked rotten. And by the time you got it, what I did is I put it on a trestle table in a drop sheet. Got my razor sharp 2-inch chisel and a mallet. And I did a side of night, listen to a bit of ska.
Yeah.
Tap into the scar.
Yeah.
But you only had to take off about half an inch.
Wow.
And back down to this beautiful old brown, you know. Yeah. So it's all good. Well, if it comes through, I'll show you this the rest of the place. So from that far wall there to this far wall here, and from this wall here right through, there's one big room. It had 8 columns in it, and it was cold as charity. So what I did is I boxed my columns in. You can see a column in there, they were cast iron. So I boxed that all in and then tied my walls into this. I was pretty greedy with my design, Pete. I wanted a big foyer, I wanted a hallway, another 2 bedrooms, preferably with en-suites.
Yeah.
A big bathroom, a big living room, a study, and I pretty much got what I wanted.
How much of your vision did you manage to achieve then?
Oh, I can hear all of it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, pretty much all of it. So yeah, it's all but a sort
So you just what you saw ahead of you, you went after it, right? And you persevered.
I had one job a day.
Yeah.
You know, I was here for. I knew I had 18 years up my sleeve because I was staying with my daughter. So, you know, so yeah, so it's all good, and I need to get back on the property ladder. So yeah, if it comes through.
Okay.
If you have a look, you see this wall. This wall is actually. It looks a lot longer than it is. I've actually made it narrow at this end.
Gosh.
It's an optical illusion. But it's really nice because what it does, as you come down to the bedrooms, it actually closes in on you.
Let me follow you around.
Yeah, this is one bedroom here. It's the only room I haven't really done anything with. Really, this is how it was.
Okay.
Yeah. As you can see, you've got some built-in cupboards.
I love the open pipework.
Yeah, that's all the old stuff. Just left it there, painted it up. But you need a bit of plaster on up in there.
Okay.
It always needs a bit of loving.
Sure thing.
And so through here then, this is everything from here is what I've built. So this is one of the original columns.
Ah.
cast, you see, nice old things. But this beam here, 3 on, and this room here we call the blue room.
Okay.
Blue, pretty much. And this was the sacrificial room, I'm afraid. I stole about 400 from this space here.
Yeah.
To give us a decent bathroom and that.
I get you. Yeah.
And then I sort of had to seal a bit off there, so it's a bit of a sacrificial room, but it's a nice room. It's quiet. Yeah, you see books everywhere. Right.
So on the lower floor then, what would you say was the square footage?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
No?
I don't know.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge. It's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it's huge. It's about, I mean, you're taking all of this. I think it's about 16 metres, or 20 metres by about 16 metres.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big old space.
Okay.
So if you come through here, as you see, you've got split levels. The reason for this is I love this is the central point of the house, really.
Yeah.
You've got different avenues, it's like a roundabout. But what it does is your feng shui, your natural flow is in this way.
Mm-hmm.
But by putting this here, what it does is actually it's a physical barrier, so you're actually stepping into the home now.
Yes, you feel as though you made a transition, right? A step forward, right?
So if you come through this way,
Mm-hmm.
and then what this has done by putting this island here, we've also raised areas around it.
Okay.
There's a practical reason for it. My bathrooms, because we're below ground level here, ground level outside is about the top of this door here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I only had about 300 mil for my sewer.
Yeah.
So what I had to do, I had to elevate my bathrooms by 400, so everything ran out. And what this did is actually gave us a hexagonal sunken pit feel. It's a very primal space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come through, you see you got big collections there.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's all the DVDs, redundant now, of course. Yeah. So you come through here, it's up to the other island.
Yeah.
So we've got our ensuite through there, we've got our other bathroom through here. So this is my service channel. I've got a service channel running down through here.
Okay.
And running out through here, which is a trapdoor down here. So these are the beautiful old pitch pine doors from upstairs in the church.
Ah.
Just gorgeous things, just so much weight in them, and they go clunk when you close them.
Yeah.
Great. Then what we got is, so this is the bathroom, of course. This has been elevated.
Yeah.
So we've got tiles on the floors, big old double-ended bath. Got a floating marble plinth here. But that's not really floating, of course. You can't float.
And where did you get that piece of marble from?
It was all reject stuff from the construction jobs I've been working on.
Yeah.
The job was on. I did the waterfront down here.
Uh-huh.
And the local council bought a lot of marble for about three big renovation jobs in town, and the waterfront was the last of the jobs, and anything that had any damage they were just throwing out.
Yeah.
And so I was just rescuing them and brought them in. But it's not really floating, it's sitting on a big piece of Welsh slate, a good 2 inches thick, And what I've done is I've just kicked it in an inch so you can't see it. So it's in there. So it just looks like it's sitting there.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the old cupboard here. We've now turned into the laundrette. Mm-hmm. But this door used to swing in, for fuck's sake, So I took it out, cut it in half, and swung it this way. So she's all
Wow, that's a huge amount of work you've done here, Dan.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Zero footprint.
Yeah.
Zero footprint. The only, pretty resourceful with materials. Use as much of the stuff I had as I could. This is all, so you got zero footprint on all of this. Just reusing it. I've come through, I've got a guest room in here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is our guest room, the yellow room.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. This wall is just wonderful. Where you get the sun comes in this window in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it hits this wall and just stays on a wall for hours.
Yeah.
It's just one of those freaks
true.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you come up in here, and then we've got the ensuite.
Wow, I love the tiles.
Yeah, it's Nikki's design.
Amazing.
That's Nikki's design, but that was all.
It's like a walk-in shower.
This was all stuff that was rescued. We rescued all of that.
It's crazy. I love the colours.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's quite, it's sort of it's no, she did well on there.
And split level around here as well.
Yeah, I had to have this raised because for the fire rigs you got to be under 700 from your windowsill to your floor. So I had to lift that up. But it also that's when I sort of stole off the blue room really. So originally this room was supposed to be about 400 shorter, so I actually blew it out. So. And we can see all the LED lights, we've rescued all those. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Beds made out of backs of pews.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now I designed this space in here as my study.
Right.
But when Nikki came to live here, typical bloke, I didn't sort of design too much storage, you know. So it's now the linen cupboard. But this is the old door off the.
Or it could be a walk-in wardrobe.
Well, yeah, it could be. But also I managed to get my library in, so.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bit of a compromise, but it was all good. But you've got to have linen cupboards.
Yeah, I agree.
Very wise.
Very wise.
Right, follow me. Take me upstairs. This is my gorgeous wife. Oh, she's gone.
Where's she gone? There she is.
Actually, I should have put some lights on. So this is another room.
This is stepping up to the next level, right?
Yeah, no, this is under the organ. This is the organ extension that they built in 1926. So this underneath us is the old well and all in the old, because before the church was built, this is where the village used to get all its water from.
I see.
From the water. So there's two wells. There's a stock well. That they used to bring the horses and all the oxen down from the carts.
Yeah.
Used to water, and then the human well was on this side. So there's another ensuite in here. Come through. There's another in there, and it's a big slate bath.
Oh my gosh. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you'd swear some Kiwi shepherd had just sort of got a plastic bath and stuck some.
Whoa.
Dewey's gone.
Dewey. I love these coloured tiles.
Yeah, no, it's
beautiful.
It's all good. So if I'll just go up and turn some lights on because it's pitch black at the moment.
Sure. Wow, I'm just watching myself. My goodness.
Yeah, no, come on up. It's
Woo.
yeah, actually, it's a bit dark at the moment. But as you can see, so this was the old chapel. There was this stage wasn't here. This was the doors with the pews, and this is where the deacons sat. This was the important people of the church.
Yeah.
The peasants sat on pews through here. So you can see where the pews used to run right across here. They came from there, swung around, come up through here, all the way around there. Come in here, facing that way, came around and then swung around and went that way. So what I did early days is I started denailing all the pews from there and worked my way right round and preserved all the all the timber I took apart and everything.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got here, I did a myriad of milled varnished timber.
Mm.
And I was very anal about protecting the surface and that.
And how many rows of pews were there then?
You can seat 350 in this room. Yeah, she was a big old thing. I think there's and we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We 12 rows in here. You'd fit about 10 across.
Mm.
So it's 120 just in here. You probably have another 80 down there, another 80 down there. You know.
Mm.
And then you could fit another 140 up top.
And that's a gallery pew, right?
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, but she's
beautiful.
Yeah, the room was designed and built by the Welsh for the Welsh. Before the days of amplification, electric amplification. So the whole room is one big speaker. It's actually louder at the back than it is at the front.
So it had an acoustic quality about it.
Oh, it still has. It's wonderful.
And is that what is that?
That was the we had my 50th. We had a mods and rockers party.
The mods and
It
rockers.
was a bang and do. Yeah, mods and rockers. So we had that, but that was up there.
Now
it's been moved up there because that's a target for the bow and arrow.
I see. So you're doing some archery.
Oh, we get a lot of archery.
Woo!
Yeah. So yeah.
What an interesting space. So you just had fun here, really.
Party room. Yeah. I'm always working on a project or it's a creative space as well. My workshop's in the back of here.
Okay.
That is where the old organ, back of the organ was.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't break your neck on the step, please. Let me tear some lights on that. Yeah, now watch out for the lead there.
Yeah, I can see it. It's
coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the old organ. So this is full of the organ.
Parts of the organ or the guts of the organ?
Guts of the organ. Yeah, this is the guts of the organ. It's big. In the ensuite down off the yellow room is where the main bellows, the feeder bellows.
Yeah.
Feeder bellows.
Yeah.
The big 3-phase blower. That went up to some yellow pine ducting. They came up to 2 more bellows here that were working with that. Then they had ducts, timber ducts going off, feeding about 4 big manifolds on that side, each with a dozen pipes and big ones that went right to the top.
Wow.
Oh, look, it was just a noisy bastard of a thing.
And did you get a chance to play it?
Yes, yeah. But I killed it. It was one of the first things I did was I killed it, Pete. Because sick and tired of Welshmen thinking they're like Mozart at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know? Yeah, it was not good, mate. Not good. And a big loud thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I killed it pretty good. But if you have a look up here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but that's your big bass bin. That's one big pipe going all the way up there.
Yes. Yeah. So that was the bass bin.
That's a big bass bin. And it gets progressively smaller. They'd come down this way and then they'd step down again and there'd be about 6 rows in this gap.
Yeah.
And they were all fed by these big manifolds here. So that manifold would be just charged with compressed air.
Yeah. And they bellow it out there.
Yeah, so they had these weights. So this is called a long weight. It's about 10-15 kg. It's a heavy old beast. And they'd have 30 of them on one of those. Or maybe 20 on each of the bellows. So you had your air getting forced up from...
So these were your compression tubes and the vacuums?
No, this here was a... They were compressed air in it. But all they were doing, that was the central nervous system that sent down here.
They were playing the notes, were they?
No,
pushing.
That would direct a little jet of air from one of those. That jet of air, remember this big manifold would be charged up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And then you'd see a little jet of air, which was triggered by the key on the piano, if you like. Little jet of air would go in there.
Uh-huh.
Just enough to lift that little wee bellows there. That would then lift the lug, and all the inside the manifold and all the air in the manifold would rush up the pipe. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Here's a series of pipes here. So this is from the flute box above you.
Yeah.
There's about 400 pipes just in the flute box alone.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So each pipe is its own instrument.
Yeah.
There's another one that'd be a bit higher. You got to be careful sucking on them because they're lead. So
yeah.
You always put a bit of tape on them. But yeah.
So you learnt a lot about this organ by just taking it apart and getting into the guts of it.
Well, just by studying it, really. I
Yeah.
had a good look at it before. I said, oh, right. And we worked out how it all worked.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
But you probably were taken aback by how complicated the design was in an organ and the mechanics that went into it. Yeah.
I tell you what amazed me the most was the quality, the craftsmanship.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, and this is gear that was never to be seen by the public. You know.
Yeah.
The guy who made it was the last one to see it.
Yeah.
Probably get a guy coming to tune it.
Yeah.
But no one had ever.
So when you go to these big cathedrals and you look at the size of those organs, the servicing behind it then, yeah, there was always some subject matter expert available to know what to do with these organs.
I suppose.
Traditionally.
Yeah, but I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I needed a workshop more than an organ.
Yeah.
You know. But Julia, my neighbour next door, yeah, she asked me early days if I could kill it, and I said yes. So I come in and I found its heart. I found its heart, and I ripped its heart out, and then it was all gone. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is the old.
It's incredible.
This is the old sign from the old caretaker. So it was Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Dear God, take care of yourself, for without you we're sunk." And then what he's got down here is a Duodigion, which means take it easy.
Oh, beautiful.
Welsh, just take it steady, boy.
Yeah.
I left that as a blessing. Really.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
Yeah. There's now you got a fruit box up here. I'll take you up there later and give you some.
But I think you just got a natural curiosity about you as part of your engineering background as well. You have this natural curiosity, which is like get in there, understand it, and do the right thing in the right time. Yeah.
The most amazing thing about all the pipes and that, they were made of either tin, like the ones here, or lead, like those ones that I showed you, or cedar, or yellow pine. Yes, I know. That's what I thought. I was like, wow. And yellow pine and cedar, they've got, especially yellow pine. That's it's got the lowest coefficient of shrinkage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very strong, very, very strong. And they used to use it in masts a lot. And the same with the cedar, used to use it in masts. So the reason they went for those timbers is because so it wouldn't expand and lose, and it would be out of tune. Yeah. So I've stripped a lot of those down and rescued the cedar. But
incredible.
But I've been pretty careful with cedar because cedar's carcinogenic if you inhale the sawdust.
I see.
No, it's nasty. So I did it all outside. Catched it all. But just use the hand plane, nothing electrical.
Yeah.
Just a hand plane.
This has been a real eye opener for me. Just to, I didn't realise the amount of technology that goes into the organ.
And it's all pneumatic.
Incredible. Incredible.
One engine driving the fan, which fed the feeder bellows, which then fed. Which kept these two bellows fed. So these were your working bellows. These are But yeah, have you got?
Do you know when the first organ or when this technology came to light? Was it back in when? 17, 16?
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't know. When was St. Paul's? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Canterbury Cathedral, or they go way back. Maybe they had.
Wow.
If you come up the front, I'll show you the. You don't break your bloody neck on.
No, I won't.
Got to be pretty agile around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So part of making my workshop,
Mm-hmm.
me and a mate, what we did is we just started taking it all apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then we bought the organs out, and we put them on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And then we had the dance floor full of the organs. And then my wife goes, you know, we've got a party in 2 weeks. Oh shit, that's right, forgot about that. So we used all the organs and made what we call the 1926 church organ.
The church organ.
Normally it's covered up, but
so this is based on the Morgan car, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a downhill racer.
Yeah. Wow, look at this thing.
Yeah, so normally it's under wraps.
Uh-huh.
The only reason it's not under wraps is because a good mate of mine came up the other day.
Right.
And he saw it. He goes, "What's that?" And I said, "I'm not showing you." He said, "Yeah, no, show me." So I showed him.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "Oh." I said, "It's a downhill racer. It's got a chassis going from the front to the back and everything."
Uh-huh.
You know, it's pretty fluid thing. And he goes, "Oh, that'd be great for the Red Bull." And I said, "Well, the only trouble is the guy who runs it downhill will be dead by the bottom. Not if you put it on a decent chassis."
Yeah.
Put it on a chassis. So it's going to be one of the Red Bull soapbox jobs.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And what's with this? Is this a dentist chair then, or?
It is a dentist chair. I know it looks pretty sinister, but it's not. I wrote a spaghetti western years ago.
Oh, did you?
And a lot of the dialogue was by the barber. The barber who survived the bandana wars.
Okay.
He would tell you a lot of the dialogue about
it.
So a mate of mine, he owned an antique shop in Denby, and he was a bit brassic at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a bit flush, so he sort of said, you know, "Yeah, sure. What you do to help mates out." Hey.
That's you got some really interesting items here. And that is the bar.
No, it's not a bar, it's a drinking table.
A drinking
not
table.
Not a bar, because we can't sell, manufacture, or distribute alcohol.
Okay.
So we're allowed to drink it, people.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a drinking table. So what we normally do in the old days, when it was a bachelor pad for about 10 years, the small fellas would be on this side, tall fellas on that side.
You balanced out.
It was a leveler. But the little fellas had to serve the big fellas the booze.
I get it.
The big fellas were allowed to punch the little fellas if they shook the booze. So yeah. So you come on up, I'll show you upstairs. There's not a hell of a lot of light up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the carnage here. This is just where I keep my tools at the moment.
Mm.
This is
incredible.
it keeps it all keeps the riff-raff out.
Yeah. Seriously, look at this.
That's the old
So you're on the high street now.
Yeah, head Colwyn. Bloody great village.
Yep. Yeah, and this is a beast.
This is her, boy.
Look at her. Amazing. And what did the locals say about, have they had a chance? They must be curious about what's been going on here then.
Well, I only got to ask, I'll show them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not hiding it.
Yeah.
If they're any good, they get invited.
To the party.
But it's a great village because no one's really, they're not nosy.
Mm.
Well, maybe they are, but they don't say they are. So, they're very lucky. So we've got our hands full taking everything back to New Zealand.
Wow, you do.
Yeah, come on up here.
You okay to keep the door open?
Oh, I'll get that in the way back down. It's a bit dark up here, but you can get it.
So this is up at the gallery level.
This is going upstairs to the gallery level. Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got seats all the way around here.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a pews here, running through here.
Yeah, it's pretty dark up here,
Yeah, you can't
but
really
you can
see.
just get the
You can't
view.
really see, but what I did is I actually took these pews out and turned them into made him a table up on this back one.
Yeah.
So this used to be called the Wankers Gallery, because this is where we used to come and wank, you know, for the party. There'd always be a bottle of tequila or something. See those blacks on the windows?
Yeah.
They're shutters I made up using big inch thick ply.
Yeah.
Like about 8 ply. And then I wrapped them in a modern material called geotextile, which we use on the landfills a lot for.
Yeah.
So it's a puncture resistant material, but it's also superb at acoustic and thermal qualities. So it keeps all the music and the music and the heating, and so we don't piss the neighbours off too much when we make lots of noise. But this is all how I found it.
What is your plan? I mean, what were you thinking about doing with the tubes then, or the pipes?
Well, those ones, that's staying, that facade.
Just to give it a bit of
it's a character. It's great.
yeah.
I've got no
feature of the hall.
Yeah, it makes the room, I believe.
Mm.
So what I'll do, so that arch behind it, I'll actually shut that off. I'll put a wall in there so the sound's not going in and pissing off the neighbour at the back.
Mm-hmm.
But once that's done, then we can.
Is that glass, the arch then?
No, it's just open.
Okay, it's just open.
It's just open at the back, so the
Okay.
music comes straight through that from the organ.
Okay.
So of course, any music we play goes straight through that way into Geordie's next door.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to do is close that off, and then I want to turn that into. So you got the green room below that.
Yeah.
So then I'll turn that into its own apartment, own self-contained apartment. I think.
Okay.
That's the plan, Stan.
Incredible. What an amazing place you've got here.
But you know, this stuff's just so beautiful. You know, there's not a knot in the whole place.
Mm.
You know. Yeah. Come on down.
I've just managed to get some light on this camera so I can
Go.
give some idea of the pews.
Here's the Apostles' Bench here, right?
Mm.
You know, you can stash all your stuff under here, sit and watch a bit of music. Yeah, it'd be good. And as you can see, there's stuff everywhere. So we'll be taking all this stuff home to New Zealand with us.
That's beautiful, isn't it? Cast iron, is it?
Yeah, cast iron, just goes hit something.
Was it a T-urn or something?
No, it's just a hot water boiler.
Okay.
So you sit it over an open fire, and then that's long enough so you're not,
Mm.
you know, so you don't scald yourself. But.
Yeah, you don't want to leave stuff like that behind.
No, well, you just couldn't find it. Stuff like
No,
that.
no, you won't. And it's nice. It's definitely usable.
Yeah. So you can see I've started all the bits of the organ I've taken apart. I've started sort of making things out of them, and
Yeah. Oh, you see a shot.
little shot there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's got a big shot.
So just a single. Just a
That's
little
a single. All right.
It looks bigger than it is, but
Yeah.
it's just a single, which is. So yeah.
You definitely see what you can make out of stuff, right? So you have that engineering quality about you.
Well, this is some more of the stuff. This is some more of the organs at the back there.
Mm.
So I've just made them, just drilled those out, and
Wow.
yeah, so it's like it's all about drinking booze, isn't it?
Mm. Is that a practice cricket ball then?
Yeah, it's great. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, these come out of the cans of Guinness.
Yeah.
They're great for the hurley, knocking them around.
Yeah. Some people might describe you as not just being an innovator, but quite eccentric, really.
Oh, you reckon? Don't know what
Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing.
No, I prefer warrior.
It gives you the extra points.
Nah, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. The thing about life, Pete, is you just got to embrace it.
Yeah.
Love the ones you love,
Yeah.
and make your future environment a better place.
And I suppose you being eccentric. Yeah. Let's have a shot. Woo!
Ooh, right in the middle.
Right in the middle too. Goodness me.
Well, hit the not right.
Let's try. Give that another go.
So your red's worth 3 points.
Yeah.
Touching the red's 3 points. Touching the white, we're in the whites, 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
The blue's 1 point. Keep your toe behind the line.
Okay.
So normally what we have to do is, because I've got suckers on, we normally have put a bit of water in there.
Yeah.
And you wet it, because if the arrow don't stick in, it don't count.
No, of course it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, and
Crazy.
green arrows are worth double the orange. Yeah. So yes, this is it.
Wonderful, wonderful. What an interesting, fun place to be in.
Oh, it's great. And I'm building a toilet up here, because there's no point having a bar.
Yeah, so people need to,
When we
yes.
have a party, we lose the green room, because that's where the toilet and that is. So.
Yeah. And appropriately named.
What, the green room? Oh, John. Yeah. Who's John? So yeah, so I just threw these in. These are a couple of old sinks I got out of an old mate of mine, Will. He inherited a few theatres, and one of them got compulsory purchased in Northwich.
Wow.
And by the government, so he said, "Oh, we're ripping it out. What do you want?" So I grabbed what I needed. There's a loo in here, but this is the old door. This is the old door from the old loo outside. It's great, isn't it? Look at that, rugged as.
Wow.
Oh, rugged as, great. Yeah. So nothing's plumbed in yet, but I've got all the pipework and that all done to it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you showing me this.
It's
It's
all good.
really
Oh,
cool.
it's lovely having you guys.
No, it's been a pleasure. Honestly, it's and really, it's been such a eye opener for me of what goes on behind that organ of yours.
Yeah. Well,
Incredible.
I've got one of the biggest organs in Wales. It's a shame it don't work. Yeah, funny, isn't it?
Anyway, thank you so much, John.
That's all right. It's all good.
Okay, let's have a look downstairs again.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, just an avalanche of tools. Look at them. Yeah, it's got everything I need. Everything that here's been made up in here. Okay, this here was the fruit box.
Mm-hmm.
It was all closed in at the back, and there was pipes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Big shutters that opened and shut, swung off here,
Mm-hmm.
and they were controlled by the foot pedal at the organ. There was a wonderful mechanism that went up through here and up here,
Mm-hmm.
and just opened these shutters with no problems.
And this is looking from behind the pipes.
Yeah, that's looking from behind the pipes, so you can still see the handprints of the guy who was painting them. It's great. It's great. So this is your fruit box.
Mm-hmm.
So this is closed, and then it'd be, and then if they wanted to open it and get it out, they'd open it and all that. So each one of these is its own instrument.
Yeah.
That's a so that inside there's sort of like a saxophone
With a little reed kind of
a little
thing.
reed
Yeah.
saxophone set up. And then down in here we got the straight pipes.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a whistle, this one. But look at the craftsmanship in that. You know, no one ever saw this stuff.
Mm.
You know, and that's how you tune it, by dropping that sleeve up and down.
Mm. Wow, that's such a clean whistle.
They neat. That went in there, that one. That went in there. That went in there. So choose you a couple.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
You can have two of
Did this organ have a name?
No.
Okay.
It was called a few names. By the neighbours at 3 o'clock in the morning when the drunken Welsh mates were swinging on it. So these are made of lead. So don't suck on them too much.
No.
But what I'll do is I'll wrap it up, because you will want to blow on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's lovely. It has an oboe kind of sound to it.
Yeah, wonderful. Then I'll give you a couple of... what I'll do is I'll keep them in sequence so that you're always in tune.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much, Dan. Really appreciate it.
These, so you got a little... that there, and I'll give you I'll give you two of these here. These are really cool. So you heard those before.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit deeper.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's such a souvenir. I'm never going to forget this.
No, it's all good.
Wow.
It's all good. So my aim is to get all this empty so I can take this apart.
Yeah.
And then I can develop this room. But anyway.
Yeah, wash your mouth.
Oh, no, I'll go and have a good wash out.
Yeah.
Don't suck on them. Because you'd be mad within a year.
Wow.
So what I'm doing, so I've got some nice little silver tape so you don't actually notice it.
Mm-hmm.
And try not to block that hole. But I've got them. I've got you the side by side, so when you're actually you're in harmony.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's great fun having a place like this.
How many years have you been here, Dan?
20.
20. Wow.
Yeah, one job a day. One job a day, you know. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's nearly more than a quarter of your life, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite formative for you.
Yeah, but it was very
discovered
important.
here.
It was very important that I was here for my daughter's life.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
We don't leave our kids behind us.
No, of course you don't. Always keep them close to you.
Oh, as close as you can, you know.
Yeah. Wow. That's something. You must feel you're probably most natural self in this workshop, right? Yeah, this is you being you. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But I love building stuff, Pete.
Yeah, you do.
I love designing stuff. I love building stuff.
Mm.
You know, I'm no good at spelling. I'm severely dyslexic.
Mm.
Severely. I can't even. You know, reading out loud, I struggle. I struggle with it. And it's a shame that society judges you by that, really.
And yet, when you speak naturally, you're articulate, fluent.
Oh, it's the Irish. It's the, oh, jeez, you dropped me.
You dropped me.
Where the hell's the rest of it gone, then? You see, here we are. Oh, I didn't need it too much.
No.
Oh, yes, it did look.
Ah.
It's so soft. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. Well, this has been quite an eye-opener, Dan.
Yeah, that's good.
I hope we can keep in touch, definitely, because I want to hear more about your adventures and you achieving your ambitions, even though it's going to be totally down under, effectively.
Oh, yeah, but it's next year's going to be a tough year for everyone.
Yeah.
Next year's going to be hard, and it's just nice to get a bit of coin behind you and liquidate what we got. And I think Britain's starting to go downhill, which breaks my heart. I love the place, you know. But it's just all, I don't know. Now it's time to get back home and concentrate on family, you know. It's been very tough on Nick being over here. But she, you know, she's such a trooper. She's so cool.
Yeah.
I love her so much. So. Right.
Every strong man's got a strong woman behind him, right?
Oh, stronger.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to catch up with you for your next story, because I'm sure there are more adventures.
Oh, yeah. I've only just started. It's great.
Cool. Well, let's go and get a beer then.
Yeah, good.
Good man.